Hey, Ryder. Hi everybody, welcome back to Bike to Table. My name is John. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, what we do is we take a nice little ride, go get some groceries, take it home, and then cook a wonderful, delicious meal. Simple food that tastes great. It is definitely fall here, folks. The trees are definitely changing. Definitely gotten cooler. Yeah, it's about 50 degrees out. But hey, the things I do for you guys. Darn, I have to go ride. Oh no. That's why they make jackets and gloves. Trees are starting to be really pretty. I'm going to take you along a river today. May go see our local castle at our metro parks. Yes, I said castle. Want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. Want to thank everybody for watching the videos. It's really nice to see the likes that are showing up. It's really nice to see how many people are watching. And if you feel like it, go ahead and share it with your friends. I wouldn't mind that a bit. Maybe your friends would like the channel too. Oh, it's just beautiful riding today. I love this fall weather. All the leaves are changing. So today I was going to cook a good old-fashioned American favorite, steak and potatoes. That's simple. Basically 2 ingredients. You get a steak, you get some potatoes. So of course I had to take you guys on what else? Great American Eagle Road. Now this is a little bendy, twisty road here. I like going down every once in a while. Just really pretty, hardly any traffic. Right along a river down there. I don't know if you can see it yet. There's little peaks of it coming through the trees. Oh, look at that bright yellow. Wow. Did I mention I like the fall colors? I like the fall colors. Here, you get a nice little shot of the river here. Let me slow down for you. Oh, like this. Yeah. I don't know where you're at, but up here in Northeast Ohio, at least for me, I know a lot of my friends keep their bikes in their garage. I like putting mine in storage. That's going to be happening soon, unfortunately, because we only have a 2-car garage and we have 2 bikes and 2 cars, so something's got to give. And so make sure both of our cars are in for the winter, because up here we get what they call lake effect snow. I don't know where you're at, if you've ever heard of that. That means that Lake Erie, if the conditions are right, it'll drop 2 or 3 feet of snow on you overnight in just a couple of hours. Really cool for pictures, not so good for driving. So yeah, car's got to be in the garage for that. So I'm going to take you to what's called Squires Castle here at Lake Metro Parks. And we call it a castle. Essentially, it is the front end, the carriage house of what was going to be a huge castle behind it. but they only got the carriage house done. Maybe I'll be able to hop off and show that to you a little bit, depending on how crowded it is. Yeah, it's kind of crowded today. Okay, we might not hop off. We might just show it to you. But now's the time to see it because of the fall weather. It's a nice gathering place. A lot of people come here, have picnics, have fall activities. Sometimes up in that little blue tent up there, they have hot cider. I'm probably just going to have to stop here and show you guys for a second, just so you can see it. So that's Squires Castle, folks. A lot of people here today, so I'm just going to kind of ease on out of here because there's probably really no place for me to park. Oh, that's Squires Castle. Hey, Ryder. So we're going to go to the store today. We're going to find some nice steaks to cook. Probably pair that with some Yukon Gold potatoes, because a lot of people don't like using the Yukon Golds. I think that it gives just a little bit of a different flavor, helps bring out the flavor of the meat, especially when you cook just a simple steak with just some simple salt, pepper, and seasonings on it. Helps bring all that out. So here's a fun little part of this road. A couple little twisties here. Supposed to go about 20 miles an hour. See that? Nope. Not us. Yeah, I know I went on the other side there, but I had to get past the cyclist. And that's just fun. I almost want to turn around and go do that again. Love that sound. Love that sound of that engine. Oh my god. Ah, pretty skies. Pretty skies and pretty trees today. Hey, Ryder. I left my visor up for that so you guys could hear the engine. Hopefully it picked it up a little more, because going through my videos, it just sounds like a quiet little mumble in the background compared to what I actually hear. Okay, everybody, we're gonna head back into the kitchen for this one. Gonna make our steak and potatoes, so hang on, stay tuned. Hey everybody, we are back in the kitchen. Before we go any further, don't forget to like and subscribe right down there. That way you get notified when I post up another fun video of Bike to Table. Let's check out the ingredients we're using today. Pretty simple. So we have steak and potatoes. That's the big ingredients, folks. No big surprise there. We also have a couple of seasonings, the onion powder, some parsley flakes, some generic steak seasoning, and then some minced garlic. That's just to save some time so we don't have to cut up the cloves with our fingers and get them all smelly. Salt and pepper, a couple of utensils, and that's it. First thing we've done is we've put the oven on 400 degrees, so that's ready to go. We're going to cut and quarter the potatoes. We already patted dry the steak. We're going to season that lightly and then get that in the pan. But first, let's take care of the potatoes. All right, we've already put the butter in the pan on the stove at about a 6 or 7. You want to put it on medium-high heat for this. We've already quartered the potatoes. Didn't need to watch me do that. We'll just add some onion powder to add a little flavor to it. Some basic salt and pepper. A little more pepper. And we'll just stir that up. All right, all we have to do now is just add the potatoes into the pan. We've already have the butter melted in the pan. We'll stir that in a little bit so it gets coated with the butter. Okay, we're just going to let that sit there undisturbed for about 5 minutes. Then we'll transfer it to our foil pan we've already sprayed with vegetable oil, and that'll go into the oven. That'll be in there about 20 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to take care of the steaks. Okay, let's take a look at our steak. We've patted it dry already. We've added some salt, pepper, and a light coat of seasoning to both sides. This is going to go in, not right now, but in about 12 minutes after we put the potatoes in the oven. All right, the last thing to do before we put the potatoes in the oven is we're going to add in about a teaspoon of this minced garlic. That's going to give it a really nice savory flavor. You can even hear it starting to go. Oh, that smells so good in here. You won't believe this. It smells so good. Okay, next thing to do is we're going to just put this onto our pan. Put that right out. And you want to put that into a single layer on the pan so it gets nice and roasted. You can see where some of the roasting has already started from the pan. The oven's going to finish this up for us and let it cook the rest of the way. So in the oven it goes. Again, that's going to be in the oven about 20 minutes. We'll be cooking our steak after about 12 minutes. So hang in there with me, folks. It's going to be great. All right, it's been about 12 minutes. Let's get our steak on the stove. And again, we put a pan with about 2 teaspoons of olive oil in it. We have that set at about a 6 or 7 on an electric stove. Another fun little tip that I found out is when you have your plate ready to go, you put it on the back burner. That acts as a warmer or a dinner plate charger, and that's also going to be where we're going to rest our steak after it's done cooking. Steak's going to be on there. We're going to let it sit there for about 4 minutes on each side. It's a thinner steak, so that should be just enough to make it nice and tender and juicy. If it's a thicker steak, you'll want to have it about 5 to 7 minutes. All right, a few minutes later, let's go flip our steak. That's a nice sear on the bottom, on the top of it now. We'll take our little pat of butter, we'll place that right up on top. So the butter's going to melt on the top of the steak, and it'll soak those seasonings back inside of the meat, keeping it juicy and flavorful. We're almost done. Hang in there. Okay, everybody, we'll get the steak out of the pan, get it onto the plate to charge. Beautifully seared, delicious steak right there. Get that off the heat. I'm going to just let it sit there and cover. That's going to rest. What we're going to do next is take the potatoes out of the oven and sprinkle those with a little bit of parsley and get them on the plate. That's coming up next. All right, let's get those potatoes out of the oven, guys. Just check those out, nice and seared on there. We have some sizzling going on. That's exactly what we want to see. We'll uncover our plate there. Load these up. And you can just smell the garlic coming off of there, just a nice little fragrance of that. We'll put some parsley on the potatoes there, just like that. All right, and that is our plate, folks. We have our good all-American steak and potatoes from bike to table, me to you. Thanks for watching. Remember, live to ride, ride to eat.